Major controversy in the XRP ecosystem. We got to talk about it. An XRP price at the end. Along with the SEC filing new charges, but don't worry, it's not about Ripple. And we're looking at maybe a 50 basis point cut from the Fed. Will it be an altcoin boom, or will the rest of this year just suck balls? What's up, dudes and chicks? It's been a few days since I've seen you last because I'm in the mountains. Your comments come first, and then we get in crypto news. Tito Calderon says, yo, brother Klaus, where are you at? 3 days and no video. Is everything good with you? The crypto boys are waiting for you to drop the news. Good or bad, happy or sad. We're here for it all. Well, actually, I'm in the mountains, and yes, I got caught in a snowstorm with my wife, at over 13,000 feet. Wasn't fun because there were no trees for us to hide out in. Heat map, screw the heat map. Let's get into the juice. Bitcoin prices may drop by up to 20% if the Fed cuts rates. Look, here's the deal with the Fed cutting rates, okay? Jerome Powell, there is a possibility that he's going to be dropping at 50 basis points. Now, if he drops at 50 basis points, I know that's like super bullish, and it is. It's short-term bullish. But he would be dropping at 50 basis points because maybe he did overcook the turkey, right? And that's what this is all about, right? Trying to find the happy medium of good, bad, making the economy work. While Bitcoin has normally underperformed in September, Bitfinex analysts underscored that a negative outcome was not guaranteed and that positive price momentum was still possible. We're also going to talk about a little altcoin action too, everyone. September has traditionally been a volatile month for Bitcoin with an average return of 4.78% and a peak to trough of 24.6%. This volatility is often attributed to the end of the summer trading lull. Oh, okay, but this is different. The reason this is different is because we've got Jerome Powell in the Fed with the potential 50, and it's an election year, okay? So I'm kind of looking at this going, all right, let's see what happens from JP first before we jump to conclusions. Signs pointing to a likely altcoin rally in the final months of 2024. For real, this is all about the election. All right, Trump is definitely running as the crypto president, and Cam out there ain't doing shit for crypto, and honestly, she fucking lies to us every chance that homegirl gets. Piece of shit, if you ask me. But let's get into the news again. The bad news is that Ethereum is currently facing the lowest point of its price against Bitcoin in the last 1,000 days. And it's not just ETH. If you look at XLM, XRP, and a bunch of other alts out there, they're not doing good to BTC. Why? Because BTC is winning the store of value play. But we have to talk about Chinese liquidity. And you're like, Klaus, why would Chinese liquidity help altcoins? Listen to this. Chinese liquidity injections are another phenomenon that correlate with the altcoin market. Chinese liquidity expands and slows down on a 6-month cycle. Momentum grows during the last part of the year and in January and February, but it slows in the other months. Recent expansion began in September 2023 and peaked in February. So now, Chinese money flowing in, and China's got a lot of money. I don't care if you like China, hate China, or whatnot. Dude, they got fat sacks, fat bags, sacks and bags. You know how it is, balls. You know the deal. Safe word of the day, you know it's asparagus, but you got to say it 3 times. But the deal is this. If China's going to start injecting some liquidity into the markets, and we see this altcoin momentum, right, where people are like, look, I think BTC is overplayed. I think there's some potential in the alts more so than BTC. And we get some juicy news with the election, we could be looking at an altcoin push. But I want to hear from you. Did the altcoin push already happen? And is this all we're going to get? I mean, I know we didn't look at the heat map this time around, but things aren't that juicy. The SEC charges a crypto advisor for storing money at FTX. Oh my gosh. All right. The FTX saga is going to take a while. Not only is it crypto hot potato, but now it's who's liable for some of the shenanigans out there. Per the SEC's Tuesday press release, the agency found that Galois failed to ensure that crypto held by the private fund it was advising was held with a qualified custodian, instead holding them with an unqualified crypto trading platform. Essentially what the SEC is doing is saying this, look, if you are going to be investing people's money, you need to do your due diligence and make sure it's held at the proper place. Right? Think about this, okay? You know how Stellar did that deal, and they did that deal with the company that got in trouble with the SEC here recently because they didn't even have a frickin' license for over 2 years? That's the whole thing. Did Stellar do their due diligence, right? Making sure that people had the proper licenses? And that's what the SEC is saying. They're not being anti-crypto in this. They're just saying, look, Companies that are playing with your money need to do due diligence to make sure they don't screw you over on your money. But now let's get to what we all want to talk about. XRP, XRPL action. And there's some interesting stuff going on. Tensions rise in the XRP community as Ripple reverses stance under XRPL smart contracts. This is a big one, okay? This is a real big one. And let's get into this and then we're going to talk about it because I got a tweet I got to share with you. Now, the tweet is from a scumbag who's pissed that he's not, making a ton of money on his bags, but he's got a good point that I have to share with you. Per the announcement on Monday, Ripple seeks to enhance XRPL utility with smart contracts, leveraging a dual approach. It includes developing an Ethereum virtual machine sidechain and implementing native smart contracts directly on XRPL mainnet. Now, that really wasn't the original thing. Meanwhile, 3 months ago at XRP Ledger Apex event, Ripple CTO David Schwartz described XRPL mainnet as a fixed function ledger. This suggests that smart contract better suited for EVM sidechains or ZOO network. XRPL sidechain develops to support hooks. Basically saying this, look, 3 months ago Schwartz said one thing and now Schwartz is saying another thing. You know what I care about and I know what you care about. Is this gonna bring us any money? And here's the tweet I got to share with you, and this is from Racine Mubarak. I stand with White's Win in the ZAR community. Ripple is a corporate entity whose primary and first interest is to work the benefit of its shareholders. And he's one of those shareholders, not the XRP community at large. And I want you to think about that. Ripple's job is to make their private shareholders money. Seriously, they have zero financial responsibility to XRP holders, which sucks. I get it, it sucks. And that's what he's talking about here. Let's continue. Now, for many years, both Ripple's interest and the XRP's community interest were aligned. Now we are approaching a phase where there might be a deviation. Don't be naive. Understand where everyone's priority lies. First and foremost, Ripple's. And honestly, you have to think about that, okay? What is Ripple's priority? To make money as a fucking business, dude. That's what this is all about, making money. They're not here to make sure that XRP is worth a lot. All they care about is that their primary shareholders, right? Their private shareholders are getting their investment, right? That's their fiduciary responsibility. So, no matter what happens with XRPL, smart contracts, sidechains, hooks, all that kind of fun stuff, a little Ethereum virtual machine action, it's all about, is it going to make us money because we are XRP holders? Now, if you're a Ripple private shareholder, you've got RLUSD we know is going to be juicy. You got this going on right now, which obviously is going to help Ripple out if they start pivoting this way. That's what you got to start thinking about. But let's look to that price action here real quick and see what we're talking about. Now, I've been gone for a few days, and I got to be honest with you. Jack shit Ola has happened. For real. It's been blah. And I mean blah, blah. Volume sucking ass. Under $1 billion. Right now, volume is sitting at 815 million. And I've got the 7-day chart up on the screen, all right? I'm going to skip the candlesticks today because honestly, I'm a little bit messed up right now. I've had a few drinks. I'm a little low on sleep. And by the way, I've been dealing with bears for the last several nights. That's why I'm in a hotel room right now because there were bears all over our freaking campsite. But XRP price, look, we're above 55 cents, but it is starting to wane, right? You're starting to see this kind of go sideways action from the Taurus. I mean, look at it up on the screen. This is the 1 month up on the screen, all right? And you can see where Taurus issued the penalty, and you can see where we're at now price-wise. There's just no good juice. There's not any good juice right now. And what we all have to look at is this. What is Ripple's primary job, right? What's their primary goal? To make money. It's not to make XRP worth a lot. They use XRP to help with their functionality, right? They use XRP to help with their sales. They dump XRP in the market often just because that's how these companies work, right? You have to dump on the market to make operating costs so you could pay your bills, so you could grow, so you could develop to make things worth more. The problem is Yassine Mubarak and a lot of others out there, okay, White's Wind and the ZAO community are all saying the same thing. This appears to benefit Ripple more than XRP holders. And there's quite a few people out there that own both private shares and XRP. But how do you feel about this? 3 months ago, David Schwartz says one thing, and now he's saying another. And it's all about making Ripple more money, not making XRP more money. So what's going to help us out? Well, I'll tell you what's going to help us out. What's going to help us out is the Fed, right? lowering rates because it makes money cheaper. And when money is cheaper, you can be risky with it. And you're like, but bro, what do you mean? Let me give you a little storytelling here, right? We're hanging out, right? We're in the lodge, the cabin, whatever the fuck you want to call this place. There's no bears here trying to get in and steal our food and shit. Like, by the way, the bear ate all our eddies. Just throwing it out there. Think about this. If I say, hey, you go to a casino and I want you to take 1,000 of your dollars and bet on that, you're going to be like, oh, I don't know, man. But now what if I told you I'm going to give you my 1,000 and you bet with it however you want? You're going to be like, all right, cool, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to bet everything I want. That's the point. When you're playing with money that's less risky, playing with money that's cheaper, you can take more risks. And that's what we're looking at right now for XRP, breaking through the sideways crap that we've been dealing with for a month and actually seeing some long-term positive growth. Oh, and for real, girlfriend, the reason we're in a hotel, lodge, cabin, whatever the hell you want to call this thing right now is because for the night number 1 and night number 3, a bear was in our camp. In fact, a bear broke into our car on night number 1 and took some of my Colorado goodies, such is life. But let's be honest here, okay? Ripple and XRP is a very confusing thing because Ripple's got to do what's best for itself as a business and what's best for itself for its private shareholders. That's its fiduciary duty and responsibility. Would it be nice if Ripple was going to do a little thing for XRP holders? Sure it would. It'd also be nice though if the wife were to do a little things for us too, but you take what you can get. And right now, what we can get has to do with rates coming down so that we can take more risk, right? And alts are risky. Think of Bitcoin, a little boring, right? Think of gold, super boring. Altcoins, way risky. Cheap money takes risks, right? Same thing, like I said earlier. Go to a casino and spend 1,000. You're going to be a little hesitant to do it. Now, I give you my 1,000, you're going to be like, bro, I'm going to spend this all. I'm going to make it rain on them jumblies, right? That's what it's all about. So let's hope we get some good news from the Fed, but let's hope the turkey hasn't been overcooked and we're looking at recession. Because if the Fed cuts at 50 basis points, I would assume a short-term pop and then pulling back because that 50 basis point hit could potentially mean that the reason he's doing it is because that turkey's been overcooked and it doesn't matter how much gravy you put on it, that bird is dry AF. Now, speaking dry AF, I'm not going to be cottonmouth tonight because my bear ate all my shit. For real. Broke into our car on night 1 and again on night 3. That's why I'm here in a cabin unplanned. I'm supposed to be in the mountains fucking around. Whatever. Let me know what you think down below regarding Ripple changing their stance on smart contracts for XRPL. Is it going to bring more action to XRPL and hopefully XRP, or is this something that's there to bolster Ripple's pocketbooks? I'll leave that in because I'm making mistakes and I'm a little tipsy. I'll catch you cool cats later. And as always, choo-choo bitches.